Kelazhur, the Daredevil.
Kelazhur is only half North American. While he was born in the United States, this Terran has been living in Brazil and representing Latin America. But this guy is incredibly good-hearted. He could give Sheth a run for his money in a kindness contest. In fact, he gives his family all of his prize winnings just to help out.
My mother, she opened up a restaurant in 2010 while my dad lived in the United States. But I worked there for like 3 years, and we did one last event, and then we closed on the doors. And since then, I've basically just like been playing StarCraft, doing some coaching. My mom just moved to the United States like 2 weeks ago. She basically like sold everything here and started a new life there. Since things are here are really hard. I'll also have to find a job to help out the bills since I don't make a lot from StarCraft. The little money I make from StarCraft is like from coaching and Latin American tournaments. I just give it all to my parents.
He even wants to give the glory of winning to the entire continent of South America.
I have a lot of people rooting for me in my country, a lot of fans, people who actually believe in what I do. They want me to break out because the Latin American scene is really weak and skilled. Push myself really hard to become the best player in South America. So I wish to give something in our entire continent to look forward to have, I guess, like have an idol.
He's a rising star in a region that most forget about. To make it out, he's got to take some risks. Luckily, he's perfectly fine with that.
I'm not afraid to just take half my army and drop somewhere and, as soon as I see the opportunity, even if the gap is really small, I'll try to take advantage of it. I believe that the biggest risk of all is not taking any risks.
He's not feeling great about his TVZ. While he'll tell you his micro is lacking, you can cut him a little slack with his constant 220 latency and solid macro.
It's one of the worst when I take it to the late game when I have no advantage whatsoever. So I have to rely more on stuff that give me an advantage early game. I did some tests, and for example, I play with around 220 ping on the NA server. Like, it can be really good at macro, just not really good at winning the engagements.
Terran versus Terran is actually his worst matchup. He often just tries to find advantages by taking risks with Doom drops.
I would say TBT is my worst matchup. It's a lot of Doom dropping. I'd like to think it's like whoever Doom drops first wins.
Terran versus Protoss is where the light shines though. He has a secret playstyle that he's found a lot of success with, but requires some heavy risk-taking, multitasking, and Neo-Steel frame?
It's actually a really good matchup for me. I've developed this really frowned upon style, but it's always working. I'd be really good players with it. It definitely involves a lot of risk-taking, a lot of multitasking as well. And I've recently been playing around with the bunker upgrades that allow you to load more units into it. Neo-Steel frame? I guess maybe I should keep it a secret until the tournament.
And that's what you need to know about Kelazhur, the Daredevil.